What's up guys? We're back for another explore. Today we actually have a really cool area that we're checking out today. It was a abandoned casino boat that was abandoned probably at about the 2016 time frame, but before that it was owned by a Greek gentleman who developed this. It was one of the few areas that you could actually gamble in this state and get away with it. What they would do is they would drive out 3 miles, drive back in 3 miles to avoid all state laws and federal laws. I'm also right now exploring with Chris, Steve, and Josh. I'm going to have all of their links in the channel below. It's pretty cool what we have left behind here. We're going to show you everything of it. There's slot machines, there's poker games, there's sports betting, there's everything here that you can imagine for a casino, and it's just been decaying for probably 10 years. If you like this content, make sure you give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and you hit that notification button. That lets you know that I'm posting another video. As always, guys, keep exploring, and this content's gonna keep on coming your way, so take care, guys. During the early 1980s, a Greek businessman by the name of Gus Bullis moved to Miami, Florida. While living there, he came up with multiple companies, the most lucrative being a casino boat empire. On these boats, he would drive 3 miles off the coast of Florida, avoiding gambling laws. Little did he know that he was actually capturing the attention of authorities, and in 1998, his casino boat was raided. Authorities confiscated some equipment and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cash. Little did Gus know that this was going to be the least of his worries. By the early 2000s, Gus had began to look for suitors to sell his company to make a huge profit. Unfortunately for Gus, he angered the wrong people.
And police say Tuesday night, Gus Bullis became the victim of a targeted hit. His BMW slamming into this tree on US 1, both front windows shattered by gunfire.
After selling his casino company for $137 million, Bullis was gunned down by 2 men that were part of the mob. His company, now owned by somebody else, was closed in 2007, with the ships being sold off to other people. The ship we explore today was abandoned in 2016 and was one of these ships that was once owned by Bullis.
Hey guys, in just a few hours, normally here at the Port of Palm Beach, you'd have people lined up here along this walkway, getting ready to get on the Blue Horizon casino cruise for a night of fun and gaming. But it turns out all those passengers have been given vouchers and will have to wait until at least Labor Day.
Sitting abandoned for almost the last 10 years, join us as we take you aboard the ship and show you what remains here. Taking a look at some of these casino machines right here. This right here is pretty cool. You can collect your ticket right here, and then you put cash here. You also could use this for part of the game. I don't know how this game works, but this is pretty cool. This was called Double Diamond, and there's a ton of these here. Like, there's a ton of Double Diamond games that go all the way over to here. Unfortunately, due to the location of this boat and there being neighbors close by, we have to be extremely careful as we're going through this entire explore. And then over there, you can kind of see the windows are kind of covered by some sort of glare, or they have condensation on it, so you can't really see out. But there's a whole bunch of other ships that are docked at this port. Gus Bullis would buy these boats that were considered yachts and then transform them into luxury cruises. So off the Double Diamond, a ton of slot machines. You can see how this just stretches all the way to the back here. Just look at this. the owner of this ship was basically designed this ship to kind of get around gambling laws. So basically what he would do is he would sail out about 3 miles, so they would be out of the mainland, so they could gamble out. And then as a result of this, they wouldn't have to, they could skirt some of the laws. But yeah, this is another Royal Diamond game, so this is pretty cool. And this has been abandoned for a number of years too. Bro, what do you think of this place?
Yeah, no, it's sick. Like, it's one of the best abandoned explores I've ever done, I think.
Yeah.
In like 10 years of my whole career.
Dude, this is wild.
Yeah.
This side here, you have what's called 50 dragons. Look at that. You could spin and repeat your bet. Wow. It's fascinating. Each one of these just looks like it's a different game. You've got Moon Festival, and then Miss Kitty. Very similar layout to every single one of these games, but just pretty cool to see. And then 50 dragons. Bro,
At least we can see now.
we've literally been here since about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in
Yeah,
the
4
morning.
a.m. now. Just showing you guys, it is 8:11.
So we've been on this boat for about probably 3 hours now.
Yeah,
And
just chilling, waiting
just
to
waiting
film.
for our light. The casino cruises were a hit, with people coming and being able to avoid laws and being able to gamble without any federal oversight. Some more slot games right here. Every single one of these looks a little bit different. This one has a little different design right here. You could accept $1 bills. You had a speaker system right here. This was called Palace of Riches right there too. And then you had Life of Luxury. And then on top of that you had Jungle Wild, Gusher. And then this is before really debit cards and credit cards became really more of a big thing. None of these have that. They just can accept cash, it looks like. So interesting. Line 1, line 2, lines 5, 15 lines. I honestly have no idea. I've never gambled really in my life, so. Due to the popularity and the amount of money these casino cruises were making, Gus began to draw some unwanted attention from the wrong people. We will address this later in the video. And on this side right here, it's a little bit more of a different slot machine. You'd match up, I guess, the numbers that you needed to win. You could press spin right here, max bet, and you'd insert your dollar bills right there. Again, you had, looks like grapes right there, 7. So I guess that right there was the biggest win that you could get. 22,500. Okay, this hall right here, Roma reels. Wow. This one had a bigger screen than the other ones, so this was more automated than the other ones, it looks like. I wonder if these slot machines are still usable, as far as if people would still enjoy playing them. And then this one right here, temporarily out of service, but this one would be Wonder World. To the side right here we have the games I just looked at, and then right here we have Life of Luxury. Again, I saw that one over there. Whipping Wild, Jewels of the Night, Lucky, Meerkats. Neptune's Kingdom. Yeah, a little bit more. Games right here. You can cash out, bet with 1 credit, and then welcome, good luck. I don't know what this was. This may be. I really don't know. These may have been where you would cash out things. I don't know. This one was like another game right here. This was called Triple Double Dollar. And then over here, more of the good luck, and basically the casino's name here. Would you say there's people blasting music outside?
I think it's coming from over there.
That's sketchy. Do you think they're working on a boat?
I'm not sure, dude.
That's creepy.
And I looked on that other dock and there's like black trucks.
Lined up.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's over.
It literally
this way.
sounded like this boat over here or across the way.
Hopefully it's across the way. Unfortunately for Gus, wherever there is profit and the ability to skirt the law, trouble's always certain to follow you. The Italian mafia, or better known as the Gambino crime family, began to catch notice of this as they saw how much profit Gus was making off of his ships. They wanted in on the profits, and they were going to do anything in their powers to make it happen. So to me, this is pretty cool, just because being able to see all these slot machines just sitting here. Nobody's ever touched them, and it's been vacant for about 10 years now, so we're just literally taking a look at basically a historical boat, so I love this. Interesting. There's a Wheel of Fortune game right here. Look at that. That is so cool, and they had actually a thing that you could spin the wheel with, and then you could play your max credit and spin. So cool. So here's some more games over here. More of the same games like Quickfire, Jackpot Streak, Skyrider again, Silver Treasure, but this one was the Golden Amulet. A little bit different. All of these right here are just sitting here, decaying. Garden of Amazon, that is so cool. It's incredible how much stuff is just here. I don't think this camera still works. So, off of the Wheel of Fortune game right here is a couple of cool games. I don't know what this game is, so if you do, let me know in the comments below. Again, there's 2 of them here. They had a speaker right there and a place where you could plug in cash, I believe. So I really don't know what this game was. And then also right here, you had more quick hit. So interesting. It's just fascinating. There's 4 of them, I believe. Yep, 4 of them all in a circle right here. Also, you had an Advantage 5 game right here. Let's see what this one was. Diamond Solitaire Deluxe. I have no idea what these things are, but if you played them, let me know in the comments below. And something cool right here. You could spin that right there by moving that. It's off of these sections right over here. We had they don't really have names, they just have like a crown right there. They had 2 screens though on every single one of these games, so that's interesting to see. Another crown game. I really don't know what these games are. Like I said, I'm not a gambler. And then he also had another slot machine right here. That is so cool. So, just look at this table right here. Amazing. They still have cards still lined up here. Unbelievable. It's like they left this just one day and never came back and just left everything untouched. This is absolutely fascinating. You could access chips. Actually, they locked it right here. So you'd have to have a lock to get into here, which I don't have. CR3. Wow, this is fascinating. Got more chips right here. So going from this table right here, we have another. Look at this. Have you ever seen anything like this that's abandoned? I know I haven't. Just look at that wheel over there. Wonder if you can spin that. Yeah, it looks like you had a pedal right here that you could have. I don't know, is this a pedal? I don't know how you get this to spin. It's quite cool though. More chips, basic. Oh, here we go. That's so fascinating. Even with the mafia pressuring him to make a deal with them, Gus was still running his business and doing really well. He had a fleet of 11 boats and 2,000 employees working for him. His revenues were in the tens of millions of dollars per year. Over here you had one of the other wheels again. Get a little ping pong sort of ball right here, so let's just see. What are we gonna get? Look at that, that's so cool. Also, there's some notes under here. Evan and Jenny, always 2024. What's really cool about this place is there's actually quite a few poker games, things like that. I don't know, some chips left behind. There's just so much here, and every time I look at something new, it's something different. Like, it's amazing. Everything is just unique here. You had over here, off of the casino area, a main bar. This is cool. Maybe this is a place for ice right here. And you had your drink fountain right there. You get you Sprite, Coke, but also a tap screen. And then down here, looks like they had taps for like beers to put in. So they don't really have the switch anymore to disperse the beer. It looks like they removed that. And then you could even up your tab right here. They also had a sink over here. That's amazing. And then another soda drink machine right there. Soda dispenser. Another smaller sink right there. And of course, another ice machine with a breaker box right there. And I don't know what this was used for. It's been a while since I've worked in a restaurant. Around 2001, Gus was ready to sell his business. And he did. He sold his fleet for over $100 million and a 10% interest stake within the company. So this whole casino floor is just massive. It's an amazing size. There's tons and tons of just machines just stretching around everywhere. There's also a section over here, much of the same sort of machines, and just kind of like Dean Martin's Wild Party, Enchanted Kingdom, just all sorts of stuff like that. Crystal Forest, Life of Deluxe, stuff that we've gone through most of this right here. Steve was telling me that we can hear some music right over there. That's so weird. I wonder if it's just workers working or something. That is so sketchy though. There's people literally playing music right outside of where we're exploring, so just another reason to be careful. So off of the gambling floor is a little door right here that actually goes up. So we're gonna check out deck number 3. Diana's bar is up there. It's a sports book, sports betting, and then deck 2, which is the floor we just came from, has slots, and then KT and Jesse's bar. We'll check out Rebecca's grill and tables and slots downstairs in a little bit. It's so much better lit than it was before. Unbelievable. This floor is amazing. So much stuff left behind here.
Bro, we're trapped here.
So you have Diane's bar over there, and then over to this section over here. Wait till you all see this. I gotta duck a little bit, I don't want to get seen. This right here is the captain's quarters. This is incredible right here. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's music that's blaring outside from somebody. I'm literally crawling to get to this place. But basically right here, get the control chair. This is incredible. All this stuff just left behind. Gus was a multimillionaire before he even started this business. And then when he sold his company, he only multiplied it. He was living the high life, living everybody's dream. Little did Gus know, in only a short period of time, this house, this net worth, this new life he had just formed would come crumbling down. There's so much supplies left here. Casino information. You had a little fridge right there. Looks like a stereo system up there. You had 2 main steering ships. And on top of that you also had hand sanitizer, looks like. Some Q-tips. I'm not going out there because this is Bozeman, main side of everything. But this is such a cool area. And they even had like a blackjack seat right here. That's amazing. So this area right here, off of the captain's deck, you have Diane's bar. That is so cool. They had a place for think this was actually a dishwasher right here that you could quickly wash your glasses. You had a soda dispenser right here. And then quite newer flat screen TVs for that year. Here's a tap for the beer. Right here is where the beer would have gone. Just look at this place. It's so cool. I mean, you could go out on that dock and just have a good time. A couple of months after Gus sold his company, tragedy struck. He was shot dead in his car. Though never fully official, it was rumored that the Gambino crime family had put a hit out on Gus. So off of Diana's bar was like a little area where you can watch TV and then look out at like the water. So this is so cool. Also, this floor is just so decayed. Everything's not smashed, but everything has been rotten as far as like water damage from the ceiling. Over here, you can actually see in one place where, right there, old ceiling tile that fell from the ceiling. Right there. So these are metal, so they're just falling down on the ground and just covering this place in junk. After Bolus's death, the Sun Cruises company remained open until 2009, when it filed Chapter 7 bankruptcy and closed for good. All these round tables over here, that's cool to see. They also, over here, had, looks like what was a sports betting table. So, sports betting right here. It looks like you have a place where you can put your coffee mug. Another sports betting table right over there. One right over here. And then one right here. So about 4 or 5 sports betting tables here. This is one of the older TVs right here. It's an older flat screen TV. Looks like it's older than the rest. It's an old Panasonic TV right here. That would have been used either to watch sports games or something like that. After Sun Cruises went bankrupt, they ended up selling their boats off to different companies and businesses. One of these businesses was called Blue Horizons, and that leads us to today. The boat that we are currently exploring became abandoned in 2016 when Florida changed their laws. The interest for a gambling boat had simply dried up. So I was actually mistaken before. These are poker tables. Jamie Gold poker tables. And that's quite cool. So off of this main area, looks like they had a little area that you could cash out your slots or cash out your bets. Looks like they had an old register left behind. They have no cash really left behind, just pens. Receipt paper. Some outlets. And then, yeah, it's some paper down there, it looks like. So, sports terminal booking. Interesting. This is giving all of the information about how to run their betting process here. That is so cool. And then this is either where you cash out or you'd say, hey, I want to make a bet. Okay, guys. So I've made it off of the top floor, top deck. And now we're going to check out deck number 1 with Rebecca's Grill and buffet style dining, tables, slots, and players club. this here is deck number 1. This was actually the buffet right here. Little storage closet right there. And then, ooh, look at that. There's a safe back there. That is so cool. So this is maybe actually where you would cash up. I'm gonna see if I can make my way into there. Wow. Unbelievable. You've got receipt paper right there. You've got keys to everything, computers. There's so many cameras in this room. They wanted to protect everything. Fake money. Basically, this was what they would run to make sure that this is a real note. And then, look at the safe. 2 of them. They're all dead right here. That's too bad. I wish I could get into here. But this is so cool. I wonder. Wait a second. Nope, not there. Worth a shot though. So, they have another little closet in here that you had decks of cards, a money counting machine, some computer paperwork, and then just boxes and bins. All the deck of cards down here. It's incredible how packed full of this stuff this place is. Keyboards. This is quite interesting because this was specifically used for the motion sickness that people would get when they were on the boat, so they would pass this around. Everything's just left behind. So much stuff. Keys. Had a little toolbox right here. Not much left behind in here. You had a keyboard. And then here's the key box. Interesting. So fascinating. So interesting. I don't know what these are for. Today, this boat serves as a sad reminder of the past, showing how one can simply have everything and have it taken away in 1 second. You know what sounds great right now?
Wawa?
Yes. Or a buffet. Maybe a Wawa buffet.
Yeah, a Wawa buffet.
So this right here is where they would have had their buffet style eating area, dining area. So off of the buffet area was more slot machines down here. They had a little mini safe right here with nothing in it. I wonder what these tables were used for. Was it poker? So interesting. Yes, there's poker. Look at all these poker chips left behind. Receipt paper. Wow. And then, this is so cool. Everything's just thrown together in this bottom room, but we had a couple different slot machines that we didn't really see upstairs. And then, just look at this. So cool. And this is on the first floor. I'm glad I went down here. Looks like they were servicing some of these slot machines right here. That's what it looks like right there. And off of these slot machines you had a little, I don't know what this table was. It's not a bar. Comment if you know what this table is used for. If you were either here, you know what this table is used for. I've got wheelchairs. There's a whole bunch of stuff here, actually. It's fascinating. Something on the floor that's interesting is they had casino cards. I wonder if you could preload this and use this to play. More slot machines that it looks like they were working on over here. So everything's pretty much going down in this floor. And it looks like there was also a carpet cleaner right there, so that's interesting. There's a lot of carpet in this casino. Look at this setup right here. That's such a cool little area to eat food. So right here was where they had all the buffet style areas to eat. So I'm sorry about the light, but I'm not shining it over there because there's a person with a trailer right there. But this right here is the kitchen. Towards the end of the explore, Steve and I decided to check out the engine room of the ship. Unfortunately, while I was going down the stairs, I must have bumped my microphone because none of the audio recorded. Now, to get to this downstairs or the basement of this ship, we had to go through 2 sets of stairs and then 1 set of ladders. So as you're looking down here, this was a very, very steep stairway, almost probably about 8 feet, maybe 10 feet. At a certain point when we were walking down these stairs, we actually got below where the water line was. So you could hear the sloshing against the boat, and there was a complete smell of gas, oil, and diesel kind of all mixed together. After about 2 or 3 minutes, we finally reached the end of the ladder. And this right here, this green machine, was the motor of this boat. These oil cans revealed where the oil smell was coming from, and to the right here, that gray machine looked like it was part of the engine. Now, I'm not an expert. If you know what that machine did, please let me know in the comments below. But it was probably about 20 feet by 10 feet, roughly. And it just stretched the entire way of the basement here. These were batteries to help start the ship, I believe. And also there was pipes just running throughout this entire basement. What Steve was pointing at right here was what we believe to be a generator, but again, we're not an expert, so if you know, please let us know in the comments below. After about 3 minutes in the engine room, we decided to call it quits and go up the stairs because we were getting extremely claustrophobic. Alrighty, so what's up guys? This is gonna about do it for this video. There was so much stuff left behind here. This is such a historical boat, and to consider that it's been abandoned for about 10 years now, and then it's just been decaying for this amount of time. It's quite cool to see what's left behind. Again, make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you for sticking around to the end of the video, and let's see what this one falls upon. 25, red 25. So take care, guys. Have a good rest of your day.